some Dodge Challenger spindles, shortened 30 millimeters and tilted to -10 degrees. But what is up, guys? We are back for another video. It's been a little while, but I'm gonna be working on the Honda today. It's right there. Besides my girlfriend's car, she had a flat tire blowout, and these 15-inch rims for my buddy are too small to fit on hers, even with spacers. One, the hub is too big. Two, that is not good. It's basically just to move it around the driveway until she gets her summer tires back on, but I was hoping I can get that fixed, or at least moving in the driveway so I can maybe work on the Honda in the garage, but that's not gonna happen. So since that car is gonna be staying for a little bit longer to figure out the wheels, I'm going to work on the Honda here. If you take a look right here, that is a little bit of drippage from my lower radiator hose that you can see is hose clamped. Everybody was saying that the radiator would crack if I used a hose clamp, and they probably weren't wrong, but I got a good like 1,500 miles out of it, and then the winter hit and got like -20 degrees out for a week, and then I drove it, and so yeah, that'll happen, but let's fix it. Got the car in the air and safe, that's the key word. Got the jack stands under it, but I'm about to drain the coolant, and on pretty much most cars OEM, their OEM radiators have a little knob right here and a drain, so it makes for a pretty easy, smooth drain. My goal was to be able to reuse this radiator fluid, but I have 0 buckets left, and I could clean this thing out, but it's still never going to be as clean as I would like it to go back in. So I guess I'll take advantage of this and just do a coolant flush. When I put the engine back in, I just threw coolant in and went on my way. So I guess it's a good time for me to put fresh coolant in it, and it should be even cleaner than what that is. So let's get to draining. Just like that. I guess you can open up that one far enough to let that drain out too, but you want to make sure it's not going to make a mess. So slowly but surely that radiator will go down, and I'll pump that out. While that drains out of the radiator and the hoses, I will show you an update that I did last weekend really quickly with my buddy who put a rear lip on. Looks super low just because the car is jacked up, but it is a 2009 to 2012 Toyota Camry SE rear lip, and let me tell you, it fits up perfect. Got some self tappers there. I had to do some shaving, and I'm gonna have to do more shaving, but I just kind of countersunk a couple screws in there, so that should hold for the time being until I get it painted, and then that's when I'll like use either double-sided tape or adhesive to put it on permanently to the bumper. But it's from a junkyard, so still got the writing on it. The problem right now I'm having is the exhaust tip. The other issue is that there is an exhaust tip under there, because my car is the V6 with dual exhaust, so I need to shave that side of the exhaust out, as well as probably do either mufflers or tips to fit the holes, because right now it's the Camry exhaust is a little bit wider set than the Honda, but that should not be an issue for me. I just got to get to work on it. So once I figure out the issue here, I will probably order the parts I need and then work on the rear, and maybe I'll just order a front lip for that front bumper of the Honda too and paint it all at the same time, because the skirts sit pretty low on this thing, but the bumpers sit really high. So hear me out. 2002 Accord Mugen lip that used to be on the Lexus. It's all shaven down and all, but I think I'm gonna try to make it work. And this part of the bumper just like does that, so it's not gonna make it much lower, but it's basically just gonna go straight down from there. but I think I'm gonna try to make that work. I gotta get it set up in the garage so it's a little more stable, easier to work on. I'm gonna have to definitely do some grinding on the lip and prep that, but I think I'm gonna try to make it work before I order a lip. So I currently have to go ship out these spindles, so I'm about to get them boxed up and send them off to the Dodge Challenger owner. Well, let's fast forward a couple days, and I got the radiator leak fixed. It was simply just the clamp that I used, and I found the other clamp, which was above. For some reason, I couldn't find that when I threw the engine in, but now the engine does not leak any coolant. I have fresh coolant in, and I was able to flush out a full batch, so I got 2 mounts of coolant in there. But in the meantime, I've been sanding and painting the rear lip, and I got it cut on the other side for the exhaust, so it's just painted black for right now. But once that dries, I'm gonna throw it on and this thing's ready to go for a cruise. Got the rear lip on, still need to get exhaust tips, and I got the front lip on. That is gonna finish up that video of kind of just fixing the Honda coolant leak and putting the rear and front lip on. Next up, I'm gonna be starting on the mirrors. So see you next video. Thanks for watching.